You know, I just realized the other day how long it's been since I reviewed the Deca driver, and since then, it's become my most popular video. I mean, far and away my most popular. Go take a look at the view count if you don't believe me. And ever since then, I keep getting the same question. You know, when are you going to review the Double driver, the brand new Kamen Rider belt? Well, you know, there's just certain things I wanted to do for it. I mean, certain things I didn't have, and certain things that I really wanted to present to you to give you the kind of review that you deserve. But you know what? Those things are taking too long. I am not satisfied with just letting this wonderful toy sit in the corner doing absolutely nothing while you people are demanding it. So you know what? The time has come. I'm finally going to pull it off. Now, the only question: do you have the courage to ride with the devil? Now, if you saw my Deca driver review, you know I'm not just going to demonstrate sound effects and little light gimmicks. I'm actually going to tell you how well the toy is made and what details you should really be noticing. So we're going to start with the belt in its basic form, and this thing is beautiful. Almost the entire face of this thing is completely painted, and most of that is in that beautiful Bandai silver that they do so well. But it really goes an extra level with this metallic red and the black pieces that are not painted. It's a great color combination. There are very hard colors to get wrong, and of course Bandai did not. What really amazes me on this belt is the small intricate designs. You've got things like these little exposed wires here in the sides, these really crude arm structures, and little exposed bits that, you know, on any other device would really look covered up. This really gives me the feel that I'm playing with something that's experimental. Like, this is something that was built in somebody's garage and could blow up at any minute. Just some completely unknown prototype. And that's really what it was conveyed as in the show. It's a really, really good design element. It even extends to all these little wire details along the side of the belt strip. It is really, really a nice thing, especially when so many tech toys these days go for sleek, looking like an iPod almost. This goes crude, and it really works. But you really don't want to hear about that, do you? Nah. You want to hear about these. These are Gaia Memories. You get 4 with the belt, and they are what give the belt everything that really makes it cool. Sound effects, lights, you name it, they're all stored in these little things. In design, they are a stark contrast from the belt itself. They're very sleek, very high-tech looking, right down to the translucent plastic that lets you see all of the circuitry underneath. You also get this nice shiny sticker that I like so much with lots of little reflective words, kind of Matrix inspired. They're just kind of floating in the digital ether. You get 4 with the belt, and only one of them happens to be from Shotaro. You're going to hear that one a lot since it's the only gold-tipped memory. By that I mean the combinations are only formed with 1 gold and 1 silver-tipped memory. You get 3 of the silver tips, all of Phillips. So yeah, you're going to get real sick of hearing Joker unless you buy any of the other toys. But the rest aren't bad. They provide some nice sound effects. They're quite loud too, surprisingly loud considering how small they are. And you've probably noticed, yeah, they have lights as well. Also quite strong considering how small these things are. So unless you want some impromptu LASIK surgery, don't look into them while you're playing with the button. Alright, take note of these little tabs. This is the only gold on the entire toy, and it's to tell you something. That's the slot that these go in. Gold to gold, silver to silver. You can flip them around, but you'll get the exact same sound effect. And you cannot combine these. It's always one of each. Don't try doubling them up, so to speak, because you're just going to get a lot of pauses in between sound effects and a lot of words spoken over each other. Does not sound good. So let's give this a try. see both of them making sound effects. Henshin. And you'll see my favorite part is the gradient here at the bottom. It's a great little touch that Bandai designed really well. There's a small block inside there that most won't notice. It blocks just enough of the light so that the strong colors are on the outside and lets just enough into the center to create the gradient. It's a very small detail, but one that works very well. It's awesome that these can overlap. I mean, you could hear it. Both of them are making the exact same sound effects. Both of them are lighting up every time a sound effect is made. And I will admit, this thing does get a little finicky. Like you noticed Joker going off quite early there. We'll try it one more time. And that was about spot on. That's the other detail I like. Pretty much everything you do with these makes an appropriate sound effect, so it really feels like you're doing something. Let's try another combination. Heat this time. I really like the heat because it carries on a little longer than most of the silver memories. So let's go straight into the last one. You'll hear Luna. My only grievance is that Luna tends to get overpowered. Yellow just really doesn't cut through the other colors so well. So that's pretty much it for the henshin noises. Because you only get one of Shotaro's memories, you only get 3 combinations out of all of them, which is going to feel limited very quickly. While they do the job better than most henshin devices, they don't do enough of a job, really. I will say this right now. You're going to have one problem with the Gaia Memories. They all take 3 tiny little watch batteries, so the Joker one will run out much quicker, since you're always going to be using that for henshins. But the other 3, since you'll probably be using them about evenly, they'll probably all run out at the same time. That's a lot of little batteries to go shopping for. But it's ingenious the way that these work. Not only do you get to have those sound effects without having to lug the belt around or strap it on just to get a few sound effects out of it, you just keep them on your desk. You just get your little fix that way. But you also have something very rare amongst Kamen Rider toys, overlapping sound effects. I mean, take a look at the Deca driver, for instance. When you insert a card, you hear each individual noise one at a time, even though they're overlapped on the show. It's because they only have one sound channel, one speaker. This way, you get overlapping sounds that combine, and it sounds much better than most other Rider toys, and it's actually more show accurate. So, it is a really good design. Not to mention, they could be making these things forever, and the belt will accept each and every memory they ever do, which means this belt will never run out of things to say, so long as you keep buying memories. There's one more way to play with these, and that is the maximum drive slot on the side. This is a very simple little gadget. Inserting any memory will go into maximum drive mode. Goes off until you hit the little button. Now that's the Joker Extreme. We hear that plenty of times. But the fun thing about this is that we get the combinations they never do on the show. We've never heard Cyclone's maximum drive, so let's hear it now. Now I like that. That actually sounded pretty cool. It's unfortunate that Philip never gets to have any maximum drives. It's kind of sad. Shotaro has taken all the credit for the finisher. Heat now. I like the flamethrower sound there, but did you notice something? Because I did. Let's try it one last time. We'll finish the set with Luna. Pay attention to that standby noise. It's the exact same one all of Philip's memories had. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but that's where I draw my biggest problem with some of these. It really does feel like a waste that all of Philip's memories have basically the same sound effects going for them, the same charge-up noises, where all the other maximum drives are unique. It's just really disappointing, considering we never see him on the show, and it was really a good chance for Bandai to get creative with the sound effects, and they just kind of phoned it in. You know, you still get some nice sound from all of them, it still sounds neat, but hearing it from 3 different memories with only a couple of small differences is a little bit disappointing. Now, to increase playability, you've got plenty of options. Of course, the other real memories come with the weapon toys, but you also have sound Gaia Memories, those little candy toys. They're inexpensive. You've got Gashapon, or capsule toys. They offer some really unique ones. Or you can just plain goof around with the memories you've got. Now, I will tell you that these can be extracted right from this position for the maximum drive, just like in the show. But I would not recommend putting them back in that way. There's a little lever inside that hits the button once you spread this out. So it's going to get damaged, or at least it might. I've done it a couple of times in order to hear silver memories go in sequence with each other, which actually doesn't work quite well to my surprise. But really, this thing is too expensive. Don't risk it. Just, stick to silver and gold. Just, just in case. Something else I really like. Listen to that. Ah, that's beautiful. Even with nothing in there, it's a very firm toy. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably trying to decide, is it worth the money? Because this is a rather expensive toy to import out of Japan. Even more expensive if you want to go the eBay route. I would avoid that. Well, to be honest, not quite. In my opinion, the toy doesn't quite do enough to justify the price. But it's barely. Trust me, barely. If you're in love with Double, or if you think everything here is just incredibly awesome, and it is, then you're probably not going to have a problem dropping the money. For most, and especially belt collectors that expect a lot more sound effects and a lot more variations than this provides, they might be a little bit disappointed. But that is what the other toys are for. If you plan to buy any of the other weapon toys, then you're going to get your money's worth. Because swapping around toys, swapping around Gaia Memories, that is where the money becomes worth it. In a weird way, buying all the stuff that Double comes out with actually makes each purchase a little bit more worthwhile because they all get some new tricks. And that's a very devilish marketing scheme. See, I told you we were riding with the devil on this one. Now, if you're having trouble finding it, my best advice to you is go to a shop like Hobby Link Japan, bookmark the order page, and just check on it every couple days. These things are really in demand, and they only release a couple of them at a time, and they never really announce when. So your best bet is just to keep trying. It's 1/2 determination, 1/2 luck. So, good luck to you. But that is the Double Driver in a nutshell. Great toy, a little lacking. But then again, like I said, that's what the other toys are for. And now that we've finally pulled the trigger on reviewing the belt, I think it's time we get a little metal.